Hello and welcome back to the video on the Wrestler's Bait and to Hell in a Cell out of 10. Hell in a Cell was coming around slightly earlier this year, but we still got a decent looking card, so it should be a good show. Lots happening, of course, 2 Hell in a Cell matches, so it should be an interesting one. Just a quick note that on the pre-show, Natalia defeated Mandy Rose for some unknown reason. But anyway, moving on to the main card, Bianca Belair versus Bayley opened the show. Bayley was sent outside early by the champ, and when they went for a couple of steel says, but Bianca managed to avoid the early attacks. Belair used her blade to attack Bayley before Bayley managed to get a near fall, and Bianca looked to have hurt her arm, which her challenger tried to take advantage of. The multiple-time champion brought the steel sets into the ring and trounced Bianca's hair underneath it. Bayley tied Bianca's hair to the bottom rope, but the champ still managed to dodge a big move and untie it. Bayley managed to use some kendo sticks still though on the champ before hitting a sunset bomb, and Bayley used the chair to hurt Bianca's arm and tied her hair to the chair before missing a knee strike. Bayley tried to escape the cell, but the women's champion kicked her into it before Bayley dragged out used the ladder to gain control. The SmackDown Women's Champion set Bayley up on the ladder and hit a senton after missing a top row move. Bayley was down and Bianca lifted her up and hit the KOD for the win. I'm going to give this 7 out of 10. This was a really entertaining cage match to start the show, and the right result. Just hopefully they can move on now. Alexa Bliss was then in her playground and said that Lily was still on timeout and saying that Shayna was in for a surprise before we got Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. Cesaro was making his entrance when Rollins attacked him. They ended up in the ring and the referee managed to start the match before Cesaro went for the first takedown. Rollins was kicked out of the ring and sent into the barricades before Cesaro hit an uppercut. Back in the ring, Rollins took some more offense. However, he was dominating with strikes before WWE Swiss Cyborg hit a vertical suplex. Rollins then went for the eye again before taking an uppercut. Rollins' glove came off as Cesaro kicked out of the ring before getting a power slam for a near fall. Cesaro blocked the suplex before Rollins taunted him and went for a submission, turning it into a Falcon Arrow. Cesaro recovered and hit the swing before locking in the sharpshooter and transitioning into a crossface. He locks in the sharpshooter once more, stumping on Rollins' arm. Seth managed to roll Cesaro over to get the 3 count. 6 out of 10. This was an okay match, but kind of just felt like the definition of 50-50 booking. Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler was up next. Reginald was an early distraction, letting Shayna get her offense in. Alexa hit some joint manipulation, but Baszler was trying not to look into Bliss's eyes. Alexa Bliss made the former champion look at her confusing before Baszler let go as if under her control. Alexa then started on Nia on the outside and Jackson kicked the ties before she knocked Reginald down and mirrored Alexa's movement. Baszler tried to get her feeder catch in, but Alexa managed to get out of it. Alexa hit a modified Sister Abigail by Twisted Bliss to get the win. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. To be honest, I wasn't really a huge fan of this. I kind of just desperate for this feud to end. It's just weird and it just jobs out Shayna Baszler, which I hate because Shayna Baszler is so good. Please change this WWE, please change it ASAP. Before we got Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens unloaded on Zayn as the match began and Sami was in trouble right away. Owens hit elbows in the senton before having trouble breathing after the Nigerian nail he took on SmackDown. I quite like that, but Zayn managed to get the advantage and hit a dive over the ropes, taking Owens to the outside. Kevin Owens was struggling while Sami Zayn hit the pressure on, while the WWE official was looking to see if Owens could continue. Owens looked like his arm was in pain, but still managed to hit a clothesline with the other. Owens hit a senton from the apron, but Sami got his knees up before hitting Blue Thunderbomb in the ring. Owens returned some kicks, but Sami dodged the stunner. Sami took kicks to the face and was busted open before Owens hit the stunner on the outside. Kerry rolled into the ring, barely got the count. Sami hit the Haluda kick before getting a knee strike to the back of the head to get the win. I'm going to 6 out of 10. Obviously glad for Sami to get the win, but please don't jog Kevin Owens out. He's so good. So that was kind of a bit disappointing for me. Next up was Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. Charlotte attacked Rhea with the title belt before the match even started. Ripley then retreated from the ring for a bit before stepping back as the match kicked off properly. The Royal Women's Champion got the upper hand early on and sent into the corner before she replied with a big boot. Charlotte Flair sent the champ over the top rope before kicking her into the barricades. Ripley came back with a top rope drop kick in the ring but failed to hit the pin. Ripley locked in the submission move before Charlotte sent her into the corner. Flair hit the natural selection for a near fall. The Queen then hit a backbreaker before hitting a moonsault. Ripley hit a suplex and a riptide but failed to get the pin. Outside, Charlotte kicked Ripley's knees into steel sets before looking for the figure 4, but the champ rolled out. Ripley sent Charlotte into the announce desk, earning a DQ. The two continued to fight. And yeah, this was really bad. 5 out of 10. What the hell was the point of this? How does that cause DQ? I just didn't get this at all. But anyway, in our main event, it was Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. The champion went straight for the weapons, but McIntyre cut him off and sent him into the cell wall. MVP stuck through the cage and used it for Lashley to beat up Drew. Drew dropped the champ onto the steel chairs, however, in the ring before fighting out of the hurt lock. MVP trapped Drew in the corner of the cell with a kendo stick, but Drew broke out of it. In the ring, Lashley sent Drew face first into a steel chair before going at him with a kendo stick. Drew caught the stick and took the WWE champion down with a headbutt. Drew got a chair, but Lashley sent him into the ref. Drew McIntyre asked for a second WWE official, but Bobby Lashley got the headlock in the process. Drew got out of it with a process before getting the Claymore. MVP broke the count by dragging the ref outside, but MVP was locked in the cell now. McIntyre then unloaded on MVP and hit a Claymore before Lashley snuck up behind and got the hurt lock. Back in the ring, Lashley was being flattened with a steel chair before dodging the Claymore and tossing Drew to the outside through the table. Drew came back in and hit Glasgow Kiss and the Future Shock DDT. McIntyre was setting up for the Claymore, but MVP caught him from the outside, letting Lashley pin him. I'm going to give this 7 out of 10. This was good, but please don't use the MVP distractions as a chance for Lashley to get another title opportunity if you know I'm flipping done. Overall, Hell in a Cell 2021 gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, it wasn't the best WWE pay-per-view ever, put it that way. They do have a history of doing really good pay-per-views, even when the TV's not great. But yeah, on this occasion, I just didn't think it really delivered. There were a number of matches that were quite below par. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. If you like, subscribe, bring your thoughts, comments down below. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description below. For daily wrestling news, subscribe to the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.